episode of the NAIJAFPLGODS podcast for Gameweek 3. So, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm your host for today's episode of the podcast. And I'm here with my co-host.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Osage, aka Kilakam FC.
So, all right, as our custom is, as we would always do it. So, we'd like to start by telling you how we fared in the last game week. That's myself and the co-host. What our score was, what we did wrong, what felt we should have done better. So, I'll start by asking Osage. How was your last week score? What was your last week score?
My last week score was 46, 46
Oh
points.
wow, that's pretty low. What went wrong actually?
Um, everything went wrong. They say FPL will go sweet. Now from Friday, you could don't know. And trust me, from Friday, I don't know. Say my FPL no fit sweet. What Chelsea did from Friday at all, no fit
So
sweet.
so if FPL no come dey like today on Friday, how you go come know whether the FPL go sweet or not?
Early kickoff self go tell you if your FPL go sweet. By the time you don't captain early kickoff and your captain come blank, you go don't know say the rest of your week now rubbish go be that.
Hmm. So just yeah, it's fine. Basically, just give me a rundown of what your team was like, who your captain was, and everything. So quickly, let's just know.
Well, I captained Aland and obviously blanked because of I blame Mamouche and Guardiola for picking the wrong team. Mamouche for missing that sitter, that pass that Alan gave him. And I made some costly mistakes too. I mean, I benched some good players and I had like 3 6 pointers on the bench. And again, like I said, Chelsea on Friday fucked me up.
Oh, that was the Palmer that didn't play, Abby.
Yeah, that not even Palmer. Palmer said I didn't play seven would have even been nice. Palmer didn't play, and the person that entered for me was James. James didn't start. I don't know how a Chelsea captain will not start a particular game. He gave me one. Sanchez gave me was it three or so. So Chelsea just spoiled my entire game week.
Oh, you had three Chelsea assets.
I had three
So
Chelsea assets.
basically, I just believe they were trying to, James is just coming back from ACL, so I think they are still just trying to ration his time and the game load. So basically, I think probably that's what just happened. So yeah,
Maybe.
so for me, I had I had 39 points, and before anyone says anything, to all of you that are thinking that is this the person that is going to advise me this game week? I don't, I don't want to say God punish all of you, but God bless you. So basically, I had 39 points. So like you rightly said, a game week that would be good. We would know from the very first game. Well, if you have players that are playing. So basically, what started the bad week for me was I started on the wrong foot. So Palmer feeling something at warm up, him not starting, and the person that I had on bench was just someone that I had 2 points. So I had Sanchez too that considered a very very funny goal that now I shouldn't have considered that goal. So I had Sanchez, no clean sheet. Palmer didn't play. So that alone first disrupted my whole point. It disrupted everything. And from last week, I think I said it last week on the podcast that I was going to bring in Reinders into my team. So
Yeah, you did.
I brought in Reinders. So I sold Damsgaard. Reinders didn't do anything. He just gave me the 2 points. I had I had Beto in my team. Beto didn't do anything. I know too blanked. So the only defender I had that delivered for me was Van de Ven, and then I had Kudus also too. So Kudus too basically gave me just 3 points. So that was what I just had. So I had 39 points last week. So yeah, so that's basically our team. So we'll just move on to the so like I said, we will be doing our you know last week was a whole lot of distance. So basically, we just try and give a shout out to our last week winner. Um, so basically, there was a lot of highs and low in the past week, and I'm sorry, my network is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So last week we had a our winner for last week was Mr. Lenin. He had 92 points. Lenin had 92 points. But unfortunately, we had two guys that had more points than him. Okay, actually, we have one guy that had more points than him, and another one that had almost the same points. That had the same points with him. But those two guys have not registered. So once again, we want to use this avenue to tell you guys that you've not registered to make sure you register. If you're on the suspended list, try as much as possible to reach out to the admin or send a mail to at NAIJAFPLGODS@podcast.com. So we'll address your issue. You send your valid ID and you just you clear the air with the admin, so they will add your week basically.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
So like I said, we'll be introducing our winner. Our last week winner was Mr. Lenin. He had 92 points. So Osagi, from the very, like you said, we had last week was a very, very bad week for most managers. I think on an average it was very bad for most managers. But yeah, I have Mr. Lenin's team right here with me in my present. And so what do you want to say about his team, the players he picked, and how he lined up his players, basically?
From okay, yes, I have his team here, and from what I can see, uh I don't want to say he was lucky. I don't want to say he was lucky because I see some good selections there. I can see Gakores. I can see some other people there. Jao Pedro, which performed well. I can see Ndai, which I Ninja, which I sold because I thought he wasn't going to perform again. And I mean Pickford too performed also. So yeah, from his team, he had a very good team. I would say he had luck too because I mean Pickford saving a PK too was luck. But I mean this is FPL. You need luck in FPL. But apart from that, it's a good selection. Yeah, the only thing I see here is Watkins. I don't know why anybody will have Watkins on this or our team, but apart from Watkins, this was a very good selection. And congratulations to him. I think his team name is Codeplay. So congratulations to Codeplay too.
Oh, all right. So yeah, you are right. So from what you said, I would love to agree with you, and to some extent also, I would like to give him, I mean, a big shout out to him once again, because for example, he played Pedro in his team. He had Gyökeres. He had Pickford. These are guys that some people actually sold out after game week one. For example, I know a number of people sold Pickford after they could not keep a clean sheet. He was the highest rated keeper, most expensive keeper in the FPL. So, and their first game away to Leeds, they could not keep a clean sheet. Many people sold them. Many people sold him rather. He still kept him in his squad. Pedro blanked against Crystal Palace. He kept him in his team. And he had Gyökeres. Obviously, Gyökeres was all signs points to Gyökeres scoring against Leeds, because I mean, who wouldn't think he would score? But the fact that he was still able, I don't know if this was his team for game week one, but for him to still have this kind of team, to some extent, like you said, there was a little bit of luck, because Pickford keeping a penalty from scoring, and also the clean sheet with the saves. No, 3 bonus points. He had Senesi, they did not concede. He had Pedro Ndiaye, like you said, he sold Ndiaye. I mean, I still have Ndiaye in my team, so Ndiaye popped. So he had a very, really good game. Now, one thing that actually impressed me again also was, and I would also like to point out this: some managers are now actually quite mindful of their vice captain. As for
Yes.
example, I know someone that captained Palmer last week. Then the vice captain was one goalkeeper he was using. I think I don't know who was the keeper. If vice captain is goalkeeper, in his head nothing could go wrong. And so that was one of the reasons. That was one of the things I said I would like to actually give him kudos to for what he did. His vice captain was actually Gyökeres, and Gyökeres was playing at home to Leeds, which he obviously blanked in the first game week. So all hope was pointing to okay, he will probably score. And yeah, 92 points. That's a lot without using triple captain, without using bench. But once again, congratulations to Coldplay. So like last week our winner for game week 1 was not able to come on. So we would like him to come up, and because obviously last week we wanted to let him talk, and but he was not around. We could not have him on the podcast. So we'd like to give him some minutes to tell us the inspiration behind his team, what made him select the team he had in the first game week. Because Mr. Nifty had about 100 and something points last week, so it took everybody by storm. So we'll just give him a minute to talk now.
All
Mr.
right, guys.
Nifty,
Can you
you
hear me?
can.
Hello?
Yeah, we can
Can you
hear
hear
you,
me?
sir. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, now, guys. Nice one, man. First of all, shout out to the team behind this movement. Actually, very incredible. Yeah, and sorry I couldn't make it last week. Like, I got the notice. I didn't get it on time. Then, yeah, so the inspiration behind my team basically for the first week was, first of all, like, I knew Arsenal was going to play Manchester. Manchester, I know them normally. No matter, they go do it in their hand. That maybe it's part of my bias as an Arsenal fan. I was very sure of that one. So I just knew I had to get in the Arsenal defender, have an Arsenal defender, have the goalkeeper, right? Then I also knew that
Yeah.
Tottenham was going to be playing against, yeah, so Tottenham I knew clean sheet was sure. So my target, in fact, I used bench boost, and the main reason for using that bench was because I needed to have Raya and Vicario. I needed their points because me, I just knew those ones, the clean sheet was just coming for those two people. In fact, those were the two main people that I targeted with my bench. Then other players. Then, of course, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham, two guys from Nottingham Forest. I expected it as one of the best records from Latin. So, yes, and I knew Christian Wood, no man, I would not believe. And everything paid off, all the plans. Like at the end of the day, West Ham, Shani, these other bastards. West Ham and Everton too. I had Greenish, and even too. Yeah, those were that guys on my team. They ended up messing up basically. And Grealish, I believe, was on the bench. And I want to see it now like this. My first advice to anybody, almost get Grealish, go get Grealish for your team. You go watch Everton
Please,
second game.
please,
You see
can you
everything
do that
going through
again? Can you
Grealish.
hear it again?
Like everything action. Like Grealish, if you don't have Grealish on your team, make sure you have Grealish on your team. Like because
Oh,
if you watch Everton, almost everything they are doing is going through Grealish. Like almost everything back to back is going through Grealish. So like almost like, and that's what I expected, and that's what is happening. He's taking all the set pieces. If you get Grealish, just fine as go fit am. It will pay off
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
eventually. And so yeah, I ended up selling him this week, and I ended up rejecting him badly because I took him out and brought in Cunha. So it just has been, man, but it was a great one, man. So far it's been good. It's exciting. Yeah, so keep going, man.
so yeah, thank you once again. Thank you,
Hello?
Mr. Nifty, once again. So well, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah.
So I said one of the things that last
Okay.
week when we were doing analysis
Yeah,
on your
right on. I
team.
think I'm done.
So yeah, all right, all right. I said last week when we were doing an analysis on your team, one thing that really that picked an interest in your team was that you. I said it on the show, on the podcast last week that I was actually really amazed at your confidence, and that's one thing. If anything I know about FPL is at times you need to do something different than others. Because last week I was saying it on the podcast that it was the way you had the mind to play both Arsenal defense against the Man U side that we know that okay they just signed the new players, and in fact Arsenal was away at home, so you had both Raya and Gabriel, and you started both of them. And what really baffled me was you left a Vicario that was playing in newly promoted side Burnley. You left him on the bench, but obviously, like you said, you already knew
No,
that you were going to play your
bench
bench.
boost was already on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He said you already knew you were going to play your bench boost. So, well, yeah, once again, we really I would say personally, I'm in awe of what he did last week because if I was the one, I would have probably played a Vicario, put Gabriel on the bench, and obviously probably not played my bench boost. But I mean, that's why you were the winner, and I was the one applauding you. So thank you very much, Mr. Nifty. Once again, thank you very much. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, son. So yeah, now so we'll be moving into like the deadline for the deadline for next week is 11 o'clock tomorrow, and we have a number of fixtures coming up, and we need to plan adequately and thoughtfully. Because yeah, last week has gone. We now need to move on. We need to strategize again. So I would like to ask you, Osage, who is your differential for this week? Did you make any transfers into your team? Like who are you selling, or you still leave your team? You still want to leave your team the way it is? And who will be most importantly, who will be your captain pick for this game week?
Okay, well, I had planned to leave my team the way it is because that's why I was carried in game week 2, so that I won't have to make changes in game week 3 and 4. But since because of Palmer's injury, I'm going to have to use my transfer, which I wanted to roll over for game week 4 and 5, but I have no choice now but to use it. So I'm going to be bringing in um Barnes or Elanga from Newcastle. I'm not sure yet. I'll make that decision around 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah. But it's either going to be Barnes or Elanga because they have Leeds and they have Wolves. So the next two fixtures are actually good. My differential this week would be Gyökeres against Liverpool because I believe that many people might not have him against Liverpool. And I believe that he's going to score because, I mean, he has started scoring. And if you watched him in Sporting, I watched some of the few games and saw their stats. I don't think he has gone 2 games without scoring. Like, if he scores, he must score the next game. So I'm hoping that he keeps that run in the Premier League. So he's my differential. And you asked for my
Wow,
captain pick. Obviously, I maintain Salah. Even though last
Salah.
yes, sorry, my bad. Alan rather. I maintain on
All
Alan.
right.
Yes, even though he put sand in my eyes last game week, like you said, I would. I believe that this game week theory is going to carry me to the promised land. So my captain pick would be Alan. How about you? Your
Wow.
differential and your captain picks.
Well, so I my differential this game week, I don't really have a differential. But if you would call it a differential, so after what Palmer did to me last week, I didn't even wait till today before I sold him. I think I'd already sold him since on Sunday or Monday because it really pained me. He was supposed to start pad. He was supposed to farm for me against West Ham, and he didn't do that. So I was pissed off and I sold him. So I brought in Gakpo. I noticed that over the course of 2 game weeks now, Gakpo has returned more than Salah in both games. And and from the way I've been looking at Liverpool play, they play more to the left than they play to the right. So Gakpo's wing is getting more of the ball than Salah's wing. Salah left it late in game week 1, left it very late also last week. So I brought in Gakpo. Even though they are playing Arsenal, I felt like okay, maybe he can maybe pull a goal or an assist because I actually believe they are going to win that fixture actually. And also, I sold Beto. I sold Beto off my team because he didn't start last week. He was on the bench. So I was thinking that probably he has fallen off the pecking order at Everton at this point in time. So, and obviously when I sold Palmer, I was able to salvage about 3 million. So I added that to the money of Beto and I brought in Watkins. The reason why I said, okay, now I think my differential would be Watkins. My differential would be Watkins because he has not scored. In fact, Villa as a whole have not scored this season at all. Their first game to Newcastle, even though Newcastle got a red card, they played a goalless draw. Last week they lost to Brentford. So and now they are playing at home to Crystal Palace. And I think I clocked a start earlier this afternoon. I think I saw that he has played 13 games against Crystal Palace and he has scored 4, assisted 9. So I'm hoping he continues that
Who's
good
that?
start.
Watkins.
Watkins, yes. So
You know,
he has that.
sorry, you know that last game week, he had the same last start like that. He has scored 6 and assisted 3. Yet he blanked.
I mean, starts are eventually bound to fail, but I pray it doesn't fail this time around. So that's why I feel like that's what I'm saying that is probably going to be my differential for this game because I know he's one of the most transferred out this game week already, and they are playing in Crystal Palace at home. So I feel like maybe this is the time to reward me, even though I've not had I've not had him for the past 2 game weeks. So I believe strongly that he's going to maybe pull 1 or 2 in the back of the net this game week, and those were the 2 changes I made. And yeah, I took a hit. I took a -4 to do that. And for my captain pick, I'm still kind of divided on either Haaland or Watkins because obviously I'm not going to go with Salah against the best defense in the league. So definitely I'm going to go with either Haaland or Watkins. So but as
I,
the spirit
I
leads,
advise you to go with the winning side.
who is the winning side?
You know the winning side, no, it's Haaland. I advise you to go with Haaland.
All right, though I would see as the spirit leads by tomorrow because obviously I think Alan also has a good start against Brighton.
He
I think
does.
in 5 games he has scored 5 goals and 1 assist.
Yes.
So I'm still going to decide on either of them eventually at the end. So and yeah, basically that's it. So again, I think would now give one of our guest speaker time to also talk and let us know his differential, the transfers he made from last week, if he's fine with his team, and the captain pick for this week. So, Jadane, you're up, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's another time of the week when it comes to FPL. I'm sure everybody is looking forward to tomorrow's game week 3.
Yeah, sure.
Game week 2 was low scoring game week. Majority of Damolala. You can call me Damolala. It's Damolala. That's the pronunciation. Sorry for the correction. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, we can see you. You can see you.
So, like as I was saying, game week 2 was low scoring. So that one has come and has gone. So we look forward to tomorrow's. Well, let me quickly go to my own pick concerning game week 3. I believe I will still go with Salah as my captain. Yes, Salah.
Are you sure?
If you don't know what to do, cap Salah. If you have him, cap him. If you don't have him, in fact, cap him from the bench anywhere. So Salah all the way. Yes, Salah all the way.
I don't think
Okay.
Juju will work for him. Is Juju has finished? Can't work for him this 3rd game week.
Don't worry, you will see tomorrow.
Yeah,
Then my own strategy concerning FPA is that I don't really like to take in much information. Though I do read about some, previews like that, reviews, but I like to go with my guts, and basically it has been working for me. My guts has been working for me.
What was your point this game week? This last game week, rather.
I said it was a low scoring point. I got 49, I think.
That's you
Well, still,
have more than the moderators now.
So So your transfers, all about your transfers. Did you make any transfer to your last week team, or you are sticking with them?
Last week game week, I didn't make any transfer. Probably that was one of the things
Okay.
that affected me. So I had to carry the transfer to this game week 3. So now I've used the 2 transfer that I have for this game week, and hopefully, I'm sure it will work out. So,
So
and my
who did you bring in?
differential. You said okay. I brought in Tijani Reijnas from Man City. Then I brought in Tottenham. Yes, those are the 2 transfers that I made. So I believe, and then my what is it called?
Differential.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Differential will be, I think, Elanga. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Yes, that should be until I check my team tomorrow. So that's it. But I believe tomorrow will be better than that of last week.
Amen. We go know from early kickoff. Don't worry.
Yes. Oh, of course, Chelsea. I think they will perform wonder. I kind of told my guy that there is one person in that Chelsea team or board or whatever that has one grace like that. Because basically, I don't really like Chelsea. I don't like them, but they just keep on pulling surprises upon surprises. Well, let's see. Let's wait and see tomorrow. Good luck to them. Good luck to Manchester United, my team also. Even though we are not where we want to be, well, I believe we are still going to get there. So thanks for listening. Thanks everyone. Thanks to the host and the co-host and the speakers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tamulala. Hope I'm right. We appreciate that insight. So, like we've always told each and every one of you, we want everyone to join in on the podcast so as to know how we are going to pick our weekly winner for this week. And this is strictly for those that are on the podcast. I would not want anyone saying it outside of the podcast, although we are not restricting the prize or the winner to those on the podcast, but we just want everyone to join more. So for game week 3, this is the way we'll be picking our prize winner. So the person with the highest score of the multiple of 3, the person with the highest score with the multiple of 3 will be the winner. For example, last week we had our winner had 92 points. Now, if last week was this game week and we were to pick a winner, we would have picked someone that had a 90 points over the person that had 92. Why? Because 92 is not a multiple of 3, or can anyone divide 92 by 3? So that's the way we'll be picking our winner for this game week. I would like to go over it again. I would like to do myself. I said for game week 3, the way we'll be picking our prize winner for this week will be the person that has the highest score of the multiple of 3. And same goes for the flop of the week. We'll be picking the lowest score that has the multiple of 3. So that would mean if we have, say, we have about five scores now, we have 20, 19, 19, 17, and 18. We would not be picking the one that has 17. Although, even though it is the lowest, we'll be picking 18 because that is a multiple of 3. I hope everyone got that. So that is the way we'll be picking our winner for this game week 3.
May I ask why multiple?
And
is there any reason for that, or just the rule?
well, that's why we said everyone should. That's why we employ everyone. We urge everyone to join our game week 3, because the thing is, the fun thing about FPL, just as we managers will do. I said I'm going to stick with. I said I'm not sure yet if I'm going to choose either Watkins or Haaland, and then Mr. Damolala came up and he said, if you don't know what to do, he said he likes to go with his gut. He just picks Salah. Well, my co-host said he fancies Haaland. He is a Haaland staunch supporter. He's going to stick with it. The one thing about FPL is just that we have to do things differently. We need to just spice things up, and that is why the moderators and the admin of this group, and especially one of the moderators that is coming up with these fantastic ideas, came up with this idea that, okay, since we are in game week 3, why not let's do the highest person with the multiple of 3, and that is why I had to repeat it over again. That means if you have 97 this week and you are the like totaling, we have the highest actually, and we have another person that has 96. The person that has 96 will be our manager of the week. It's just for this week. Next week you will find out also on the podcast how we will do it. Do you all understand now? So that's how we'll be doing it. So that's why we urge each and every one of us to actually join the podcast, so to find out the, how would I say, the surprise in that sense that we have for you. You just need to join in. And one thing I would just urge everyone to do is, join in the podcast and just know what, okay, this is what I want to do, and just plan in that state. You would like to plan in that state. So Osage, what do you think about the way we want to do our prize winner for this week?
Yes, I actually think it's a good idea. Let's keep everybody on their toes so that they don't know what to
I
expect.
mean, what is the FAO without a little bit of surprise?
Yes.
I know. Come Monday now, someone will be saying, "Hey, admin, mod, I have 100 points. Why did you give the manager of the week to someone that had 99 points?" Obviously, the person didn't join the podcast.
So
So,
we'll
like,
tell the
I would
person
like
to
to
come to the
reiterate.
next podcast.
Obviously, the person would most likely come to the. We would, in fact, we would want to see the next person. The person that has that highest score, we want to see him on the podcast next week. So we'll be able to voice his how will I
Grievance.
say it, his indifference, or what he doesn't like, his grievances. He would like to voice it out, and that would just be as a result of it was not in the podcast. So again, before I'm trying to wrap it up already. So, but before we close it up, we would want to also announce that we already have a new link for those that. So for those of you that are clicking the link and it is not working, it's probably showing you that this site is no longer working, or you've already registered before and you've not registered. So there's a new link, and we would want you to like go on our social media and do X, for example, is even on our WhatsApp. We want you to go on the social media and use the new link to register. If you have any issues or any clarity, something you need clarity on, you can either hit any of the admins or the moderators, or you just go to our Twitter, NAIJAFPLGODS. You go there, you send a message to the admin. It will put you through. So there is that. Also, we have our fantasy UCL fantasy coming up, and on that link, on the post on the Twitter handle and all our other social media handles, we also attach a link for you to fill your to actually register your UCL fantasy team. Please note that if your name on the fantasy Premier League is tallying with the name on your UCL fantasy, you don't have to register again. I would love to go over that again. If, for example, my name on FPL now is HIM, same surname, same name, so that's what I'm also using for my UCL. That would mean that if I'm registering my team for the UCL, I am not. I will just click on the link to join. That means I would not be filling the form all over again. But if you know that you have a different name, say for example, your name on FPL is Clarkham, my co-host Clarkham FC, and then maybe on UCL is maybe killercam.com, or let's say another thing that is not even related to Killercam, that means you would have to fill that form appropriately. So I hope you all understand. So now we would like to actually round up. So Asage, I would want you to, because last week we were not able to like get people to, we had people that wanted to ask questions, that had things that were not cleared, or that had one or two things to say about the podcast or what we've been doing generally as a as an organization, or let me say as, yes, let me call us an organization in that sense. So we'd like you to signify by maybe raising your hand or reacting, just by reacting. So we'd like to give you space to come on the show. We want to unmute you so you'll be able to talk. If you have anything to say, if you have a question, you have something to add to the podcast today, please can you signify by reacting? Anyone? Osage, are you getting any reaction from anyone? Is there anyone that would like to say anything? So, be that as it may, would like to. Okay, so let me just go over everything I've actually said from the start till now. So once again, I would just want to. Okay, I would mute. I think someone is raising. Oh, okay. Yes, please, Mr. Ruben, please come up, come up. You can unmute yourself, sir. Yes, sir. You said what?
I say just continue, please. I just want to remind people how to raise up hand. For some people actually message me that they have something to say, but I'm not seeing them raise up their hand now. That's why I was just showing them how to raise up their hand. I don't actually have anything to contribute. So,
Oh, okay. So I would okay. I would like to just go over everything we've said. So firstly, I would like to appreciate our winner once again. Team name code play, Mr. Lenin. We hats off to you, sir. So again, we would like you to, for those that have actually not registered, or you're on the FPL website but you've not filled the form, please do well to find the link on our social media handle at NAIJAFPLGODS. And
sorry, Emmanuel, I think Killer has somewhere to go to. So maybe we should just take it back to his break.
okay, so yeah, just thank you very much for joining. So this will be the end of it.
Oh, well, that's it for this week, guys. See you next week. Don't forget, this game is three. So basically, highest number divided by two wins manager of the week, and lowest number negotiable by two is the flop of the week. You know, guys. And after the end of this game, the last game for the week, for the month. So we get now the manager of the month prize as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all for joining us. Well done. Bye.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.